What's up everybody? It is Kellen here from Start Your Systems, and welcome to This Week at Start Your Systems. Alright, so for those of you that may or may not remember, last week we started this show, and basically what this does is kind of highlight what goes on during our week here at Start Your Systems, what to expect, what's already happened, and, you know, a whole gamut of other things. So, let's jump in, shall we? First order of business is news in the games that we play this week. Coming up this week, which is the week of January 9th, 2017, the San Diego Supercross an MX Simulator will be released on Wednesday evening. That's when the RF event goes on. The San Diego Supercross and MX vs. ATV Supercross Encore is supposed to be released on Tuesday, but last week it took them until Wednesday to release it. So I don't know if they're going to fix that and actually do it on Tuesday, or if it'll just be Wednesday. We'll see if that reflects on our schedule as well. But other than that, it's pretty much the only real news that we have this week. We'll also have a section at the very end of this video where I answer some comments that you guys asked last week, called the Comments of the Week section. But yeah, let's take a look at what happened last week here on Start Your Systems. So I'll just, cheekily move off to the side again, because somewhere in this area, there's going to be some links to some videos that you guys can click on. How about that? Last week, if you guys remember, or if you're just, not living under a rock in general, we had a video come out on Monday, January 2nd called Track Walk 111 in MX Simulator on Sweetwater MX by Colton D719. Very fun track. He also commented on the video and said that he liked the video, so that's cool. On Tuesday, on January 3rd, we released MX vs. ATV Reflex Custom Track Gameplay Unadilla made by Red Rider 197. Another good video, and people are saying I'm getting better at Reflex. Who would have thought? On Wednesday, January 4th, that's the day that the Encore A1 gameplay video was supposed to come out in the morning, but because it was delayed a day and actually came out that morning, and the track came out that morning, I played it and then released it in the afternoon. So in the morning, I moved up Things to Do in MX Simulator, the long jump. That was going to come out on Thursday, ended up coming out on Wednesday. So you'll see a reflection of the schedule this week with that. But then, as I said, A1 gameplay and SX Encore came out later in the day, and then we streamed that night, and that stream was uploaded on Thursday, January 5th, somewhere over here. And that was the A1 MX Simulator Professional Broadcast. The Pro Gaming Championship in MXS kicked off, and it was a good race, so watch that replay. On Friday, January 6th, the live stream that I did the night before on Thursday, which was called Pro Qualifying with Kellen, that's me. I played Anaheim 1, ran a 111.6 in MX Simulator. Did pretty good, I felt like, and then the whole stream was uploaded, so you guys can go back and watch that. And then our final video from last week, Virtual Track Guide in MX Simulator, the 2017 A1 track. So that's one of our new series that has just been released. And hope you guys like that series, because I put a good amount of work into that video, and we'll put a good amount of work into every video that comes up after that, of course. So that was last week at SYS. How about this week? All right, I'm going to move off to the side again because I was just standing in the way of all this glorious stuff that'll be right here. This week coming up in SYS on Monday, January 9th. That's today for all of you fine folks watching this video as it comes out. Track Walk episode 112 called Middle of Nowhere. I think it was released by a guy named MX277. I keep forgetting his name. Fun track, compound track actually, because there was an SX, an AX, and an MX on that track. So check that one out and download it if you would like. On Tuesday, tomorrow, January 10th, Reflex custom track on a track called MT Raceway SX. That was by Kyle Howard 118. Pretty fun track, fairly long SX track actually for a Supercross track. I think the lap times were in like the 120, high 120s, low 130s. Fun gameplay. On this coming Wednesday, as long as the guys at MX vs. ATV are on time this week, the Supercross Encore weekly gameplay on San Diego, which is round 2, should come out Wednesday morning. If it doesn't, we'll move up Things to Do in MX Simulator again. But if it does, that'll be the only thing that comes out on Wednesday. And then remember, on Wednesday evening, we live stream the Race Factor Gaming Professional Supercross racing in MX Simulator. And that kicks off at 6:15, just like it did last week, 6:15 p.m. Pacific, 9:15 p.m. Eastern. That's all the pre-race festivities, opening ceremonies, etc. Racing will begin at 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern. So check us out on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook if you want all the updates on that so that you don't miss out on any of the good funds coming up in that. And then on Thursday, that round 2 San Diego Supercross live stream replay will be uploaded in the morning. And as long as the Encore gameplay track comes out on Tuesday and we upload it on Wednesday, Things to Do in MXS will come out on Thursday, and that's going to be a thing called Target Practice. So you'll see what that is coming up on Thursday. And then on Thursday evening, I think it might be about the same time I streamed last week, which was 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern on twitch.tv/Start Your Systems TV. I'll do pro qualifying with Kellen, where I play San Diego, and I haven't played the track yet, so we'll see how I do. And then on Friday, that live stream broadcast will be uploaded so you guys can watch it. And then in the afternoon, Virtual Track Guide 2017 San Diego Supercross. So pretty much the exact same schedule that we ran the first week. It's probably going to be like that for a while. We'll probably start throwing some other things in there when we get time to. But that is coming up this week at SYS. So let's jump into our new segment of this video called Comment Questions of the Week. So this is stuff that through all of last week, you guys left us comments or questions or concerns or whatever on all of our videos. And while we do try to get back to them as fast as we can, and actually one of these questions we already did get back to, we'd also like to kind of do this little segment where we explain a couple of other things too, because these questions actually would be useful for a lot of people instead of just me responding to the one person that asked it. So the first comment question of the week comes from a user named Andrew Olson, and he asked, Kellen, I thought you were wanting to race Supercross. You're right, I do want to race Supercross in MX Simulator is what he's talking about, the Pro MX Simulator Supercross series. And I will be. There's actually an EMF Professional Supercross series that runs concurrent with the RF1. EMF is the European MX Simulator Federation. And those go off on Monday. We don't stream them or anything like that, but I will be racing probably all 17 rounds as long as I get the chance to. And then after, I believe we'd worked this out, after this coming week at San Diego, I'll be done streaming me personally on SYS TV. And a guy named Race Carlin, who many of you may or may not know. He's a really cool kid. He lives in Texas, and he has a dynamite computer. And he's going to be streaming rounds 3 to 17 of Supercross. So I'll be racing that, and we'll have a lot more information about that when it's coming up. Not 100% sure that he will do that yet, but I'm pretty sure that's how it's going to work out. So yes, I will race Supercross and MX Simulator this year. Don't worry about that. On to the next question. Comes from a user named Nick Crass, and he asks, is Reflex Central really down for maintenance? I have been getting that message for over a week when trying to look at the tracks. Reflex Central is where we pull all of our Reflex custom tracks from to do the gameplays in. And yes, it has been under maintenance. Now, the guy that owns it is a guy named Jamie T, who I'm sure all Reflex players are familiar with. He has his own playlist even on Reflex on the PC now. Super awesome dude. He does a lot of great work, and he owns that website. And I guess I was talking to Darkslides19 this morning about it. He says that apparently there was like too much bandwidth being used with all the track links and how many people were coming to visit the site and stuff like that. And so the server people, I guess, told him like we need to do something different. So he's actually working on updating that right now so that it'll come back up. As for all these like track links, you can go back and watch all of our track reviews, and you can also watch other YouTube creators' track reviews. And if their link to the track is in the description, then you can just click on that link and it'll take you to that track. So the tracks are still there. It just doesn't want you to load to the next page when looking at tracks. It's kind of weird how it works. But hopefully that'll be fixed soon. It sounds like from what Darkslides was telling me that he's on top of it and he's getting things going. So that's what's going on with Reflex Central. Sorry guys, that's about all I can tell you there. And then our last comment question of the week comes from a username MXManiac6, and he asks, hey Kellen, have you heard of the new motocross game that's being developed? It's by a team called LCQ Studios. It's called Motocross Chasing the Dream. Looks pretty interesting. Wondering what your thoughts were. I do know about that game. Thank you very much for asking that question, actually. It's a group of, I think, 6 people. And if I'm not mistaken, all of them actually play MX Simulator, and I'm going to just drop the ball on their names right now. But the reason I haven't done a video in it is because there's really not a whole lot to show. They've released a couple like explanation videos talking about what the game is going to entail. It sounds like it's going to be kind of a mix of like a sim and a little bit of an arcadey feel, so it's like right in that kind of perfect balance that I think people want to see. Whereas like, you know, Encore is super arcadey and sim is almost too realistic for people to play, that they want to try to find something that's pretty easy to play, but it still feels pretty realistic. So you can check that out. We'll have the link to their website in the description below. It's, I think, just lcqstudios.com or something like that. I didn't know that they called it Motocross Chasing the Dream. That's kind of interesting. It's kind of a spin-off of the Chasing the Dream thing in Supercross that they do, I guess. But it looks pretty cool. They have a lot of good like models and stuff already built for it, and it looks like they have a decent track editor in progress. But they have no gameplay footage of it yet. It's still very early in all the betas and all that stuff like that. So of course we'll get more news on it when we know more, but right now there's not a whole lot to tell. And I'm sure that at some point I'll reach out to those guys and we'll get a mutual contact going, and we'll be able to see what their game looks like and how well it's going to play. I'm actually really excited for it because it does look cool. And the fact that these people are coming from sim, they know exactly what the good things about sim are, what the bad things are. And then hopefully they know like what the good things graphically and somewhat gameplays wise from the MVA series stuff is, and they can contribute that to their game and see what we get. So that is the comments, questions of the week. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, again, always leave them in the chat or the comment section below, and we try to answer them as fast as we can. And the big ones that we find to be ones that should, you know, everybody should know, we'll answer them week to week. But thank you guys again for watching another edition of This Week at Start Your Systems. We'll hope you guys enjoy this video and all the content we have coming out this week, and we will see you guys in the next one.